I have to say, well, not all the time, but there's been many times where I've wished that. And to be honest, well, let me just say, we already know that being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. It really isn't. I wasn't even gonna come on today. Actually, I was, but yesterday I was going to do, I think, 2 videos, and I just didn't do it. I didn't want to do anything. And so I said, oh, Sunday I will get to it. And the plan was to have an early start because I had a lot of guilt about not doing anything on my to-do list yesterday. And there's going to be a little bit of noise out here. I'm outside on the patio, so I hope that the audio is good enough to actually post this. And there's usually trains that come by sometimes, maybe a dog or 2 that may bark, but so forgive me if it's noisy. I think what I've been feeling this past week is just kind of like a blah, you know. I didn't work out. What I wanted to do in my head and my heart, my body was pretty much no. And I've had a lot of anxiety. A lot of my brand and what I talk about here is you can do it, motivation, stay the course, imposter syndrome, starting late, all the things. And I don't know, I just woke up yesterday and I was like, why am I doing any of this? Why, is it really worth it? And to be honest, well, let me just say, we already know that being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. It really isn't. Even when people think that they want it. And I've been at this for a while, and I've yet to reach certain milestones that I've said, okay, I can actually see all of the, blood, sweat, and tears at the level that I wanted the payoff. It has at times, but I feel like we're always wanting some type of stability and normalcy to where you feel like it's sustainable, right? Because that's what we're working towards. And I have to say, I wish, well, not all the time, but there's been many times where I've wished that I was not a person that wanted to be an entrepreneur, have a business, or work for myself. I know so many people, they're like, that's the least, I don't want that. I would never want that. Like, if I knew that I wanted to be a nurse or an accountant or a teacher or anything, I envy those people. I really do. I really do. And I know there's pros and cons with everything, but there's something to be said about being able to go to work, and then when your job is over, it's over. You can go home, you can enjoy your family, you can, hang out with your friends or whatever, but when you're an entrepreneur doing it the way I am, it's like it never ends. It never ends because you're still working to get there, to get to the thing. And when you're doing it yourself and you're wearing every hat, it's even more work. So that's where I'm at today. I had planned to stick with the series, the 12-part Unstuck series, without interruption. But this video may make its way as the next one that I drop because I just feel like I wanted to share that I was at a place where, why am I doing this? And, the truth is that a lot of times people sell you these ideas. There's a lot of gurus online that are like, oh, send me $10,000 and I'll build your business for you. I saw one today. And, excuse me, I'm eating. I don't know how eating on camera is going to work. So either my food's going to get cold or I'm going to have to reheat it because I don't think I can eat and talk to you guys. Picking up before I stuffed my face, There's a lot of people that make such huge promises, and a lot of times it requires you giving them a boatload of money. And the reality is, a lot of the things that they're selling people or showing them how to make money online, it can be done, but the difference and why people see success faster than others is because the amount of startup capital that they have and their marketing budget. I mean, it just is what it is. And even with that, there's no guarantee. I find it a bit disheartening. So many people that have these hustles that I consider are selling people a pipe dream. And when I say pipe dream, I don't mean that it can't be done. It's that they have the answer and the promise that their way is the only way. And I've also noticed that a lot of them, you don't even know what they do. Like they say, I'll show you how to do this and make money online. I'm not going to name drop this guy. I just came across his page this morning on Instagram, and he wants people to send them anywhere from $10,000 to $250,000, and he will run the whole business for you. He will show you how to set up your website, which products to use, and I'm thinking, well, where's your website? I want to see your website before you got here. Like, I never see the people that are selling the system. I never see what they did prior. Like, I don't see their website with what products they sell. And I'm like, okay, fine, that can be done. That's legitimate, but what kind of products are you talking about? Because every product doesn't sell the same. You know, there's a difference between selling toothbrushes and, you know, lace front wigs. I know those are extremes, but it depends on what you're talking about. Is it going to turn out to be drop shipping? Is it going to be like a unique product that you source from overseas and rebrand? Are you doing private label? Like, what is it? But you don't really get that information. At least his videos don't say that. So I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, because that's not, my focus is not like I was interested in contemplating that at all. But the point is that when you, like people like me that are diligent and putting in the time to make something of their own happen, and it's easy to get distracted by what seems like a quick and easy fix, is my point. And then you end up suffering a loss greater than had you wrote it out. I do believe in high ticket items, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of mentor type of figures and people out there that really are worth their price tag. You know, it might be $10,000 to have a day with them. And by all means, again, it's not the amount, it's the value. And some of these people, it's like they're just regurgitating. It's like the coach culture. I have nothing against coaches. Who knows? Maybe I might be one day, but as of right now, I don't have a desire to. My audio series is where my comfort level is in sharing and encouraging people. Not the one-on-one coaching model, although I think it's brilliant and there's nothing wrong with it. It's been around since the end of time. But I noticed that there's these systems where, and leave a comment, please leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. It's these systems where the coach is training somebody to be a coach, to train somebody else to be a coach, to train somebody else to be a coach. It's like, well, what are you actually selling? What are you selling? What are you coaching on? You're coaching other coaches to be a coach, to coach them about what? That's what I was trying to say. It's like the coach is training a coach to be a coach, to train another person to be a coach. But I always thought a coach is, well, it doesn't have to be specific, but it's like, if say somebody is a project manager, right? And they've been in the business for 20 years and they go get training to learn how to be a coach, to train people to transition or to make a career in project management. That, to me, that makes sense. But I feel like lately the coaching culture, they're training coaches to be coaches, but they're not specific as to what their expertise is, I guess what I'm trying to say. You go to a coach, you buy their program, and you can duplicate their model, right? But it's just you're a different niche. If somebody's been a nurse for 20 years and they want to start a coaching business to guide people in the best way to be a nurse, right? I get it. That makes total sense. So they go to a coach to learn how to set up a coaching business, to be profitable, to have the systems, to maybe have courses and videos. And it doesn't matter that the person that's teaching them is not in the nursing field or medical field, because the process is still the same. They just have a different topic. That makes sense. So I guess my point is, in saying all of this, is that when you go online, we have to be really careful about what we're watching and who we're listening to, and be very clear about the lane that we're in and stay the course. If everything makes sense and you've done your research and your due diligence, just because it's taking a long time isn't a reason to bail and start getting distracted, because next thing you know, you'll try this guy and dump $2,000 here and be in some 3-month program, and then that you realize isn't for you, and then, oh, over here this person has the answer, so I'm going to do this 3-week course. Next thing you know, you spent 6 months going from here to there like ping pong, and you could have just stayed the course and made more gains. And so I guess for me, I'm actually preaching to the choir. I'm figuring it out as I talk to you. I just got to stay the course and be patient. And if there's a legitimate reason to pivot, and if something is not working, absolutely let it fall to the wayside. Because one of the things that successful people can do really well is they do know how to change. They know how to pivot. They call it change management in the world of business and project management. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to keep doing something that isn't working. By no means is that what I'm talking about, but it speaks to being impatient. And that was me this week. That was me this week, you know. I'm in my 50s, and being of a certain age doesn't help that anxiety sometimes. You know, being in your 50s, there's always that, if I knew then what I know now, I would be a beast. If social media and all of these tools to bridge, to close the learning and skill gap that are available to us, which is such a blessing, if it was available in my 20s and 30s, my goodness, where would I have been? But that's not the reality. That's not how life works. So I spent a day yesterday and this morning licking my wounds. And I just decided that I need to practice what I preach. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to breathe. Things are slow moving, but I also have to realize that I haven't been doing it that long in terms of really, really going in and being consistent and posting regularly. I think it's only been maybe like a month or two. There's been long gaps where I didn't have a schedule in place, but I have one now. I'm using Buffer to schedule content posts, but even that, as easy as it is, I still have to prep. And you'll see if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok that there's like consistency, depending on when you see this video. If it's like 2 years from the time that I made it, then forget what I said. But if you're watching this as I drop it, then you'll see. But then I spent, I think, a week of not posting. And that wasn't the plan, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, I really like the idea of having a Sunday where I just sit and enjoy my patio, enjoy the quiet time. Normally I would be on my laptop, either trying to write something, post something, fix something, strategize something, stay consistent, something other than enjoying my Sunday. And there was a time where I used to like this book. I'm still trying to finish this book. It's not a book on productivity. It's not a business book. You know, it's just It's a good old-fashioned novel, and it's a sequel to one of my favorite books called Standing at the Scratch Line, and it's by Guy Johnson. A lot of people don't know Guy Johnson. Guy Johnson is Maya Angelou's son, and he is an amazing writer. The first book, which I think is the best book I've ever read, is called Standing at the Scratch Line. And this is the sequel, Echoes of a Distant Summer. So, you know, this is where I'm at in it. I use a paper clip. I haven't picked up this book in probably maybe 3-4 weeks. Yeah. So I think I'm going to finish my breakfast and I'm going to allow myself to have 1 hour of reading. And then what am I going to do? Let's just wrap up where this rant is going. I'm going to take a breath. I am going to regroup and get back on the saddle and keep pushing forward. I rested yesterday and I'm going to take this morning. The plan was to do videos related to the Unstuck audio series. That did not happen, but I'm going to post this video, I believe. So I'm going to give myself some grace and I'm just going to pick up where I left off. And that's all we can do, and that's all that you can do. And just know that when things get tough, this has been a week. It's been a week, but I'm grateful. And if you're watching this, I'm sure no matter how bad it seems or how frustrating things are, you have a lot to be grateful for. And even if things is on and popping and it's a great season for you, you can probably remember times where things were kind of sketchy or, you know, you weren't that confident or whatever the case may be. So that's it for today. Yeah, bye.